Greet you students of first year General English. Now we are going to start the first chapter, that is tense. Now this is one of the most important chapters in English grammar. Now very important issue that I would like to begin here is that if you listen to English language, you will learn. Is that clear, students? See, you belong to different areas. Some of you are from villages, okay? And some from town and different places. But my point is that if you listen to this language, so listening, as in the last turn I discussed, students, do you remember? Listening is very important skill, and the meaning of a skill is ability to learn something. So exposure of this language is very important, bright students of first year General English. So the first chapter is tense. Now the important point is that you have been exposed to this chapter. See, you have been learning this chapter since your primary classes. Is that clear? Do you agree with this? Yes. And see, you have been studying it, this first chapter tense, since your first class or say some infant class, whatever. But if I ask you to frame correct sentence in English, would you feel confident? So that is the point. The reason is that the medium is very important. Medium in always with the emphatic, with the important, with the focus. The focused learning is very important. And that is real learning. So my students, I expect that they must be exposed to this language. And therefore the target language, foreign language. So I mean, here, it is necessary to make it clear. Some students are of the opinion that some sentences should be explained in mother tongue, Hindi. That is fine. But how would you learn the language if you are not exposed? Exposure here means whatever you see, whatever you visualize, you listen to something, you grasp something, you understand, you look everywhere in the surroundings. So this is exposure for you. You watch TV, and what kind of, matter, what kind of program that you are listening to and you are reading. So, I mean, if in 24 hours, if you just, take, say, 8 hours, how much of exposure of English language? Students, I always reiterate, focus this point that try to listen, try to write in this language. So this motivation is very important for you. So tense. Now what is the meaning of the word tense? As I mentioned this important point that you have been studying this language since your infant class. I mean, for several years, for many years. But do you know the meaning of this? Or are you confident in making use of this language? This is the point. So focus is on the use of language. How would you use the language? So the meaning of word tense is time. It shows time. See, if you say, I learn English language, this is present time. I am learning, this is present continuous. I have learned, present perfect tense. And I have been learning English language since infant class or for 10 years, 8 years, it is present perfect continuous tense. Okay, now this is a structural part. You know this, but the focus again is on the use of this language. I mean, in which context you are using this sentence. Okay, so so what is the meaning of word tense? Yes, the meaning is it shows time. Now, in this, context, we have three parts of this: present, past, and future. So, the meaning must be clear. It shows present time and past and future. So, three types, as you know very well. And as I mentioned, you have been studying it. This now, but the focus is on the make use of it. And when you appear in some competitive exams, or say if you go anywhere, if you want to speak in English language or read and write, so unless and until you listen to this language, how would you speak and write in English language? So that is the focus of my teaching students. Mind you that, so the point here, we would begin with the present tense. Okay, so see, if you are sitting in front of me, we would have interactive sessions. Interaction means if I talk to you, you give answer, you reply, and this is in a way two-way. Two-way, yes, track. It is not one way. And you listen with interaction. Interaction meaning, so try to grasp the words, new words. Every day, you prepare a diary, notebook, and if you come across any new word, okay, students, any new word, you should note down. So, I mean, you must have curiosity to learn the language. So, the present tense, in which, yes, if you say, oh, I believe in God. Okay, I believe in God. What kind of tense it is? Obviously, present tense. But here point is that we also say sometimes I, that is singular. But if we say we, it is plural. So, I mean, this is the basic of English grammar. I with the, this kind of, and then we would also discuss the subject verb relationship in the next chapter. I mean, next turn rather. In the chapter is, as we are studying tense, but it is in much detail. The point is that from the point of view of examination is very, very important point. So here, if I see these, look at these sentences. She loves nature. So students, here the tense is present but simple present tense. So we will discuss simple present tense also in much detail, so that in examination also your marks, you would get good marks, and at the same time your English will also be improved. So what is the purpose of studying English language? You should be able to make use of this language. It is not only from the point of view of examination only. Okay, so see, these are very important sentences. You just read the sentence. I mean, reading is also very important skill. In the last turn, I told you that we have important skills in English language. Okay, so this is the first sentence in which you speaks she loves nature. Now you can also use I love nature, we love, but remember that, see the kind of, I teach English language if I say, but what would you say? Yes, I learn English language. So which tense here? Yes, students, tell me, what is the tense here? Simple present tense, indefinite. Now, what is the reason of indefinite? Because time is not mentioned here. Exact time. We know that it is present tense, but indefinite, why? Because it tells you habitual. We will also, discuss the point. So, simple present tense in which you tell some kind of habitual truth, and sometimes also you say in which some universal truth also is expressed in simple present tense. For instance, if we say stars shine in the sky. I mean, it is universal. It will never be changed. Okay. So if we say she loves nature, it means it is some kind of habit. If you say, oh, I go for morning walk every day, I mean, some kind of habit is here. Yes, it shows some, it indicates your habit. So habitual truth, it is used. I teach English, again, it is in practice. So it is practical also. Practical use of simple present tense. Is that clear? Simple present tense. So that's why it is called simple. We would not call it, it is some difficult, I mean, simple in which some kind of present habit, present task, present action is, yes, reflected and expressed. Okay. So now in the third sentence, if I say they, yes, they are doing social work. So which tense here is being used? Here, I mean, I have given these sentences. What is the reason here of these sentences? So that you would have idea about the tense. General idea of the tense, all these tenses. Okay. And now Rama is very intelligent. Again, present tense. But see the sentence, Soumya went to Delhi. It is past tense. So at least you must have idea about the use of present tense, present continuous tense, and also see the these are past tense. Now what is the reason that we have used past tense? Because some action which took place in the past. Okay, so this is general discussion on the tenses. Then we will discuss each and every tense in much detail. Thank you.